Hi, my name is Billy Hicks, and I will be assessing my nonverbal communication, going through some of my strengths and weaknesses that I see in myself, and relating that to the TED Talk with Amy Cuddy. So, to start off, I'm going to talk about some of my strengths. For starters, I've been playing sports my whole life, and one of the things I understood early on is that I need to be big, be strong, and that comes with opening up your body on the field. Whenever I walk down to the field, I immediately open up when I see the other team trying to impose my power over them. I've understood this for a long time. I haven't always used it in other aspects of my life, but in sports, it's definitely been there the whole time. Another aspect is interviews. I don't always have good posture, and I'll get into that after. But for interviews, I always sit up straight, make eye contact, and use good facial expressions. I'm always happy, smiling. This is all nonverbal communication that's showing that I'm interested and I want to be there and I'm a professional. My last strength is I'm self-aware, which I have studied nonverbal communication in the past through other classes. I've written papers on them, and I found that it helps knowing your strengths and weaknesses like I'm going through now, and I'm very self-aware. I know that walking around or in class I slouch, but I also know in places like interviews or soccer, sports, I'm able to broaden myself. So I know the differences. It's just sometimes I have trouble applying them. So some of the opportunities I can work on is one in day-to-day life when I'm walking around. While I have broad shoulders, they're normally caved in and I'm slouching some. This isn't great body posture, which shows that I'm not interested or engaged, and it's how I've always been. It's something I need to work on definitely, and I show this when I'm at work, in class, when I'm eating, things like that. When I'm sitting down, I'm slunched over. My my body's compacted, it's closed. I'm not showing that I'm out there. And this is something that like I said, I'm self-aware on, but I've had trouble fixing it. Um, my back now is naturally more slouch-lined like. I've been going through some exercises to bring it back up. So being self-aware has been helpful in working through some of my opportunities, and they can get better, which is helpful. And one of them that I'm going to be working on is in the classroom. I'm often closed up, slouching, and don't raise my hand that often, which can impact my grade, which I do not want. So an action plan that I'm setting out for myself is going to start this week coming in to class, actually. So as Amy Cuddy said, before you go into anything, start by opening up your body beforehand. All it takes is 2 minutes to increase testosterone and get those hormones pumping through you, which can impact you after. So after 2 weeks of doing this, I'm going to start focusing on sitting up more straight in class, appearing more engaged. I am engaged, it's my body language doesn't show it, which can, again, impact my grade. So after 2 weeks, sit up straight in class, have good posture, and try to keep that for the entire time. Lastly, after I work this over a few weeks, coming into next semester in the fall, I'm going to really focus on bringing those two together and having the fake it till you become it attitude that Amy has really said works for her and students under her. Being a 3+1 student, sometimes being in the MBA program, it's tough for me. I feel like I don't belong there sometimes, so I'm really going to put the effort in and fake it till I become it. And if I can do this through one semester, I know I can make it through the rest. So that is my reflection on nonverbal communication, and thank you for listening.